Hey, before we started, just want to give some highlights. This is being recorded so that we can push this on YouTube to market the pre-market show a little bit. So just to give you a heads up on that. Also, we do now have a Levels Lady Sunday training outline for upgrade. Now, this will be separate from normal TWR membership, as of course, everything that's worth some value, unfortunately costs a little bit of money. But we have this open so that people can get good training once a week for 2 hours. And you can go to the upgrade. I'll have the push out later with the link and you can check it out. But to give you a little highlight, I can potentially show you. And actually, I can't show you.
I haven't gotten into it. It's just sitting there. I've had it for over a year. I should have read it because Bitcoin is now coming up and I don't know what to do with it. Oh. Sorry.
No problem. Bitcoin is coming up, isn't it?
But we know someone wanting to trade Bitcoin.
Anyways, what I'll do is I'll put the upgrade links in the chat so you guys can check them out. I'll also be pushing them out throughout today to market them. But it's definitely an opportunity that people that really want to get, some training on a weekly basis, 2 hours at a pop, an hour of structured training going over various charts and levels and technical analysis, and then an hour of structured watch list specific of strategy and what to look for with both a bullish and a bearish case going into the next week. It'll be an awesome opportunity. So I'll have the link so people can upgrade for those. It'll be on a class by class basis. We have a week by week basis, or you can get all the classes for the month type of deal. So I'll have that pushed out and let you guys take a look at that. Without further ado, Miss Virginia, the wheel is yours, and I will let you do your thing.
All right, thank you.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday morning, everyone.
Morning.
I don't know if you have many of us or just a few of us, but I'll just start. Hi, Edith.
Hi, Virginia. How are you? I hope you're enjoying your vacation.
Oh my God, it was horrible. We passed through 3 storms. We almost crashed because of hail.
I'm sorry. But enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, we made it, but it was horrible.
Oh, it's okay. As long as you're safe, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, enjoy it, and enjoy the kids.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, I hope some of you were able to play GS. Sometimes I have those plays to watch for pullbacks and I just they skip me. Otherwise would have gotten it as a lotto swing. But the financial GS, JPM, MAV, they were all bullish yesterday. As you all know, the banks are reporting earnings. They're usually the ones who start us up in July. So it's interesting to see if we're gonna continue with the trend for the next week or two, or this is just a pullback, and then we go back to being bearish. So, yeah.
I add a quick catalyst to that.
Yes, I've seen go ahead.
Yeah, today the Supreme Court is supposed to make a final ruling on the debt loan, student debt loan. So watch banking stocks.
Oh, okay. What time are they doing it?
Who knows? This is today.
The last time there was news about, I think they did something. I don't remember when.
Yeah, I think they postponed it or something like that.
Yes.
But the majority of the politicians think that Supreme Court is going to do away with it because Biden didn't have the right to do that. He didn't have the power to do that. So I think the Supreme Court is just going to do away with it, and I think banks will go up.
That's going to be interesting. Okay. We'll keep watching the banking stocks. I don't trade WFC so much, but trust you me, when you look at those contracts, as much as the ATR for WFC is small, you can see a contract going from $50 to $200 with it just being bullish the whole day, even if it's moving 2 or 3 points. So keep watch of those. GS, we still have our, was it 328?
Yes.
That's the 50% retracement level that we're going to watch today.
Your screen.
Yeah.
You cannot see your screen. Are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I thought you wanted to share, then I stopped sharing. Okay, let me. Okay. So GS right now, I see it's at 325. So we're going to get to that 328 most probably. So if you held, it's funny how it's funny and really interesting to see how people now are trading with levels. It's very nice. I don't know if Shiba is here. I was laughing at her yesterday because she was saying,
don't laugh at me, okay?
Because she was saying, I thought it was just 323 and it's done. I'm like, no, that's why we start the move up. As long as it stays above 323, then it's going up. That's where the reggae starts. You're running when the music starts. So
My dance was over.
if you're trading weekly expiry, you can scalp and then go back in after a pullback. But you can buy yourself time by getting a longer expiry. As much as it's pullback, it will never go back to your entry if you're still on a bullish trend. So that's the trick you do. You buy yourself time, but trade the weekly expiry as a lotto. You take your money, wait for the pullback, go back in. That's how you do it with the weekly. Treat them as lottos, but don't just have them as your only plays. If you confirm a trend, because from 3, it was supposed to go to 306. Sorry, I just started. I didn't even go look at anything else. If you started at 3, it rejected 306. So 310 was a higher low. Then if you do the 50% retracement, you take 347 minus, that's what I do. You can use the retracement indicator or just do the simple math. So 47 minus 10 is 37 divided by 2. That's how you get to 50% retracement, which is 328. And I believe we are gonna break it when the market opens. So if you had any contracts for next week, or if you bought again at the pullback, then you should be in profits. When you go by this pivot, it says we have to stay above 324, then we can go to 335. So if we break above the 50% retracement, then it's possible, because my next target was 335. Okay. I'm biased. If you see me being biased, please ask me about your stock. I will talk about it. But I'm usually biased to GS compared to JPM. But I know there are people who like JPM. So if you see me being biased, just tell me, Virginia, and talk about something else. Don't just do what the stocks I'm doing. I'm a bit biased because of ATR and how a stock moves. The ATR for JPM is lower compared to GS. So that's why I prefer JPM. And if you don't understand any language I'm speaking about, the Sunday meeting that Chris has talked about is where we'll be learning. I want you guys to speak the same language I speak. Then it will be easier for you to understand when I talk about levels and everything else. So those are the things we'll be learning every Sunday. And we'll be speaking about a watch list. So every Sunday, I have stocks that I put on my watch list to watch for the entire week. You can actually trade those stocks for the whole week. And that's what I was doing when I was doing I had a challenge for the 5K challenge, and we were just basically focusing on the stocks we do on the Sunday watch list. So that's what we'll be doing. And the next thing we'll be doing is earnings. I'm very good in picking stocks for earnings. I wouldn't have done anything with Nike. I saw people did some, I don't know, puts or calls. I wouldn't touch it. I will touch Nike post earnings just because the way it moves and the ATR. I'm biased. Anytime I'm doing earnings, it has to be a play that will give me 20 points. If it's less than 20, I'm not touching it, because I know a EV crash will crash everyone when the market opens. So that's how I do my earnings plays. That's the other thing we'll be doing, plus discussing a topic. Every Sunday we'll be discussing a topic. And if you want to make a request for a topic to be discussed, you just send in the requests during the week before Sunday meeting. So it will be nice to see all of you. It will be an opportunity to learn and just be better at doing your analysis. So JPM 143 is a key level from when it reported earnings. I think the beginning of the quarter, it didn't break above 140, if I'm not wrong. It's a long time ago, I forgot. I know you guys want to hear about lottos. But this is how you get lottos. So from lottos is not just about Friday. It starts from Thursday or Wednesday. If you pick a trend from Wednesday, then that's gonna be a lotto for you. I think that's the level here. Was it May or April? It has never broken, if I'm not forgetting. That 144 is a very key level to break. Yeah. So I didn't forget. That 144 is a very key level. If you see, we hit it 3 times and then it pulled back. That was after earnings. So you see how you can play stocks just from one earning to the other. So this was the previous one in January, and then we have the same 144 region, it didn't break it. So it's key to see how it's going to behave if it breaks the same level. It's a very strong resistance, this 144. It has taken what, since January, so over 6 months it's not been able to break above it. So it's also key to watch, because if we break it, then the next it can go to 150 and above. Yeah. Even if I don't trade the stocks, I look at the chart and I can tell you the levels. My brain is just mushy. It takes all these things in. So 144 is a key level. And then if we break it, can go to 147, 150. JPM is, the contracts are also cheap JPM compared to GS. So it's also can be a good lotto if anybody got in yesterday or on Wednesday. Okay. So that's for the financials. MA 382, if I'm not wrong, should be a level that has not been broken for a while.
We got PCE coming out in about 2 minutes.
We have what?
Major economic report coming out in 2 minutes.
Okay. Huh.
Amazing. 387.
387. So it should be 392. That's the other level. It's not been broken since last year. Yeah. This level. So we're going to break it because we're almost there. So this is how you do the levels. Actually, you just have to go back and see what was the previous high or previous low. That's where we're going. That's your target. Always trade with a target. Shiba, you don't trade looking at your profits. You trade looking at the levels. Because if you look at the money, you'll miss out on these plays. So this has been since, so this is May. And I think even last year, it's a very strong resistance we've been unable to break from. So this was 2022, yeah, 399. So if we break 392, then we go to 399, because that's the next resistance from January 2022. So it has taken a whole year to just go to 390. We did it in January, and then 6 months later, we retested it and then pull back, and then we hit it. So because they're reporting earnings, these are key levels to watch, because the minute we're breaking this, it means they're going to be bullish. We're going to be bullish. So, Chris, if you've gotten your calls here, somebody who plays earnings to earnings, from one earning quarter to the other, you could have gotten your calls here 6 months out or 3 months out, and then sold here and got in again in June 5th. And say you're playing earnings, you buy maybe July, the week we are reporting earnings. So you would be in money. That's why I want the Sunday meeting, so that we can be talking about earnings. We get into these plays before. We don't wait to swing the night of the earnings. You get in, you have time to play pre and post. So this is from May 30th, from 359. I think in the challenge we played the puts. We were coming from 390 something to down here. And so if anybody rode it back up, my level from the calculation, I think is 4 something. 4.1. 4.1 is the previous high. Okay, so yesterday it hit 387. So probably we are headed to that 399 because we've hit 390. So we need to break above that 395, 399 level. Okay, so I won't talk much about those because they have that ruling and because they've started being bullish. Just keep those on your watch. If you see the stochastic, and this is the weekly, we are headed up, it's facing up. So we still have room to go to 405. I won't talk about 464. That's a long gap to fill. Okay. Now, NVIDIA. Anyone got a call from yesterday? I know I'm not very good looking at my phone when the car is moving. So I wasn't able to look at so many charts. We are supposed to be going up.
Yeah,
I
we just
don't
got
know why you guys,
we just got bullish PCE data SPY running up.
I don't know why you guys think we are going down. I don't know, probably, but according to me, we were supposed to pull back and then we go up.
It's at 412. Remarkable.
412. So it's
Yes.
supposed to break 418. This is a very key level. 419 was the high immediately after earnings. And then it's the same level we came to after the pullback, 419 and here 418. So it's key for us, for it to break above 419. So if it breaks above 419 and we are bullish today, it's going to 427. Okay, so if anyone got a call on NVIDIA.
So you want me to hold my calls to that level, huh?
So we are, anytime you guys are holding your contracts, we are looking for 3 things. I will keep repeating until all of us get used to it. We are looking for retest. So right now, what is our retest level, Shiba?
I'm sorry, I'm on the spot.
On NVIDIA, what is our retest level that we are looking for?
Oh, I'm not for sure.
So 419, we need to break above 419. So if it rejects, you look for 3 things when you're trading: for retest, rejection, or break. Okay, so you must have a target. That's why I say there's no way you can be looking at the money. You look at the levels. You must have a target you're trading towards. So for now, it's key for us to break above 419 for NVIDIA. If it rejects, rejection means any level below that 419, it will be a rejection. Even if it's by 10 cents or 5 cents or whatever, it's a rejection, meaning they don't want to push the price up. They want the price to go back down. So any level below 419 is going to be a lower high. Okay, so that's what, when you get out of your contracts. If it breaks above 419, the next key level is 427. So you watch for any level from 419 to 427. Any rejection, you're getting out of your calls. Is that clear? I hope it's clear, because if you're trading looking at the profit, you will not advance yourself to be a better trader. You're only trading looking at the money. Trade looking at the levels. That way you become good in even doing analysis. it rejected 419, so that's why I'm selling. You're not just selling because it's so 500 and you're running away. Okay. Okay, so that's why I got the call, because this was supposed to be a pullback, and it's been creating inside days for like six days. Just been, so from here after 427 we came, so 49, been trading in the same range, 400 to 419. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. I'll teach you guys on a Sunday how to count these days. I know I keep mentioning and I'm counting, maybe you might not understand, but I will tell you guys how to count days. Okay, so that was day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the people who have trained that they know me, we know on day 5, something has to happen. So today is day 5. Something has to happen. If nothing happens, then we are dropping. If something happens, then we are going up. Today is day 5. Okay, that's NVIDIA. I have to talk about snow because I'm a snow gang. I mean, the gang was, and I know most of you trade it, so I'll be talking about snow every day. Snow, when you're trading snow, I'll repeat, these levels are very key. 170, 185. So it's either needs to stay above 185 to continue going up, or it will break below 470 and go down. So anytime you're rejecting 470 support or rejecting 185 resistance, so you're either playing puts anytime it rejects going above it, you're playing puts, or anytime it rejects going below 470, you're getting a call. Okay, now, if we look at the higher time frame, we've still not retested that 494. So right now we are creating lower highs. Since we hit 194. Okay, we hit 194, we came down to 169, slightly broke that 170 support, went up to 191, which is a lower high. Okay, always have a level you're trading towards. So we were supposed to retest 184, it was rejected, we came down, okay? So it's either this is gonna be a pullback to another lower high, any level below 191, any level below 191 is gonna be a lower high, okay? The Nadaraya, this indicator is what I use mostly on higher time frame. So it's red, meaning it's bearish. As long as it's still red, even if we are pulling back, then it means we'll still continue going down, okay? And the reason I think we might go down is because we broke that 170 support. Anytime you break a key level and we get a pullback, it means the next time that level can be broken again. Since we broke 170, even if it's by $1, we broke it. So it means there's a high chance we're gonna break this wall the next time we come down. So for today, you're watching any level below 191, especially if it doesn't retest 185, get puts, okay? Now, I had any questions? So I'll look at.
I don't have a question. I just want to add that when you guys are watching these chip AI stocks, be really careful for the hard reversal to the downside, because more countries are now joining the U.S. with being able to sell chips to China. So these other countries. Other countries are requiring permits now, because what they're worried about is NVIDIA and AMD and these other countries selling to these other countries' businesses, and these businesses acting as a third party selling to China. So now we're actually starting to get into their revenue.
I just think US is usually biased to China. US doesn't like China at all. So any chip company that is Chinese. I usually don't go so much by news, but sometimes I look at them. If US is just biased, they don't like anything China, and everything in America is made in China. So I don't understand. So I know I've seen Netherlands. I posted news about Netherlands with the ASML. So yeah, it's good to look at the news, but US is biased. Sorry to say, we are biased against China so much. But NVIDIA is still strong. There is a high chance we can retest the previous high, which is 444, or we still haven't retested that level, okay? So this can still be a pullback because the Nadara is red. We've been doing pullbacks. But the minute we break this 418, we can retest those higher levels. As much as we have all that news, I usually charts take precedence for me. Sometimes you can have good news and the stock goes down, or you can have bad news and the stock goes up. So always for me, the charts take precedence, but that's right. With all this news with semiconductors, they might do this to push everything to come down, because we are overbought. We are overbought. We are running on an overbought market. So anything can happen. But the minute we break this 419, we'll be gone to 427 or any level below 44. 44 is our previous high. 439, sorry, 439. So any level below this can be hit until we retest that previous high. Okay. Now, yesterday still, crowd and ZS, nothing happened. So when I count my days, and I'll look at SPY and QQQ. So crowd. 153 is the key level for crowd, okay? Needs to break above 153. Anything below that, then it's gonna continue going down. Needs to break above 153. It's a key level from, I don't know when, 154? Yeah, it's a very strong resistance from previous days. It will hit 153, come down. Hit 153, come down. So it's a very key level, needs to break above 153. So if we count from the day it hit this 163, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, today is not day 5. How did I count? Hold on. Today should be day 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Where did I get day 5 from? So it's still been, when you look at the daily, it's not had any action. So you look for stocks that hit a high, then pull back, then they've been consolidating. Okay, so we hit a high 163, we pulled back, and then since that day, we've been not breaking above one. I think today is the first day we broke above that 145 level. So that's how, if you look with the stochastic on the daily, is down here. We've just been consolidating down here. We need to break out. So this can be our pullback because Nadara is still red. Any level below 163, but it's key to break above 153. Any rejection of 153, then we're going down. So it's due for something to happen. I don't know why my days are not coming out. Okay, so that's ZS. If you see 143, right now it's at what? 145. So it's key for it to break above 153. Any level below it, then we're gonna be bearish. The same thing for ZS. When I look for lotos, I look for boring stocks, which most people will not be looking at, because that's when you get some action. Any stock that has not been giving you any action, those are the ones you look for lotos. Okay. So ZS and Crowd are in the same boat. Now you see ZS. So if somebody had gotten a call here yesterday, you'll be waking up to money today. So for ZS, the key level is what? Okay, so stocks like these, we had a huge drop down, okay? And since we hit that bottom, nothing has happened. We've not retraced back 50%. So let's say the 50%. Let's do the math. 163 minus 140. That's 23 divided by 2. Let's say 12. So 140 plus 12, 152. Yeah, that 153 levels for ZS. So it's supposed to go to at least 153. That will be 50% retracement. And on a Friday, for a stock now, if we look at the contracts, so if we look at the contracts, how you play the lotos, so let's say we had, the ZS, no volume. Let me look at Crowd. So 146 or 145 contract. So the delta is 0.59. So that's good, some good money. The contract is 70. So anything you're buying below 100, you consider it a lot, and you expect it to give you at least $100 or 150 to $200. So the previous, this contract was at 240. Okay. So if it had gotten in at yesterday, I have 145 call for Crowd, it dropped to $50. So even if you're expecting it to go halfway is 120 or retest that 240, the same language I use when I'm doing calculation for previous high of the options. So 70 and it goes to 240. That's some, what? 70 plus, that's $170. That's not bad. You wake up, if you have 2 contracts or 3 contracts, you make some $300 to $500 on a move. Okay, so this one, ZS, I don't know why the volume is so low, but Crowd has some good volume. What other stock did I mention? I know I need to look at Tesla. Lily. Is there anybody who's made money with Lily this week? It was on our watch list. I don't know which day. Some puts, the puts were really juicy. CRM, low, ADB. Okay.
Yeah, you had those companies that were dealing with the weight loss drugs and stuff. You had a lot of them fluctuating because of the negative reports and some of the catalysts that went along with some of them being good and some of them being bad. And so a lot of the weight loss ones had a lot of that volatility, which was good money.
Yeah, Pfizer got out of it completely.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
that kind of, yep, Pfizer. You also had BIIB and Lilly and a couple other ones. But what you're starting to see trend now on that same
Mhm.
subject is the Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease tickers.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
those are starting to pop. So AVXL,
And
ANUS,
Lily
SAVA.
is one of the top for me. Do you know
Exactly.
why do you know why Arjen was suspended and it dropped almost 100 points? I didn't see the news.
I'd have to look at it, but I think it was some sort of failed results or
Ah,
failed merger or partnership or something along the lines of something failed, and therefore it was a knee-jerk reaction.
okay.
I'll look that up and see if and I'll put a link in the chat group because I remember reading and I just can't remember.
What's that one?
RGEN.
G.
It's called what? RERG. What is the ticker? I posted it and then I went to look afterwards. It was suspended. It had dropped at like 100 points.
You talking about the ticker GNE?
RGEN.
Spell it again.
No, it's not the one. What is it? Oh. Okay, I'll look for that ticker. It's not that one. I don't know why I keep confusing the two. This is what? REGN.
What's the name of the company?
REGN. Oh, I found it. REGN.
LEGA.
R for Reagan. E, and then it's a Regeneron Pharmaceutical.
Chris, Romeo, Echo, Golf, November.
Yes.
No.
It dropped over 100 points.
Okay, so GN,
Yeah.
that's a ticker, GN?
R for Romeo, then E, Echo, GN.
Okay, my speakers are terrible, man. Remember, I'm not in my normal setup. Okay, golf. Okay, golf, November.
No, Chris.
Let me put it on my channel.
Chris, Romeo,
Romeo,
Golf,
golf,
Echo,
Echo,
November.
November. Oh, regeneration?
Yeah. It was suspended and then it dropped over 100 points.
When? Well, let's see here. When did it drop 100 points? Because I'm seeing it right now at 138.
You're looking at the other one. This one is 700 and it dropped from 791 to 684. And I posted it was suspended. I just forgot to look at it.
That's one to watch for the rebound.
Yeah. And I don't know why I forgot. It rebounded from yesterday. Would have been a good lot of this one.
Because I'm not seeing it on, and that's weird because something that big I'm not seeing on my scanner for major drops or rises.
Oh, it dropped from that was on Tuesday, and I posted it was suspended. I just didn't follow through with it. It dropped. Should have been a good lotto because 50%, that is like 50 points. It's already up like 25 points from 689, 690. So that's 10, 12. It's already up 24 points.
I pushed the link of what the Motley Fool says why it dropped in the chat group.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, but that was my bad too. That was REGN, not RGEN.
Yeah, there's two of them, the RGEN and then this one. Okay, so
pharmaceuticals, yeah.
okay. So Lily, if it rejects again 470, then you're gonna get puts. If it breaks above it, then it's gonna go to 479. That's the next.
Definitely watch that one for the rebound. Hell yeah.
Yeah, this one those puts were crazy, but calls are so cheap now. You could have bought them, I don't know, for $10. I don't know. If I post something and you'd see it, just look at it. I notice things and then I forget to follow through with them.
Yeah, the FDA declined approval on one of their higher dose versions of a drug.
Yeah.
And then
I
they,
know I'm forgetting something. ADB, that ADB and low.
then they started getting bank and analytical downgrades.
Yeah, that was a huge drop.
I think I'm gonna go 3 or 4 months out on some calls.
Yeah. Now, Tesla. I know not so many people trade Tesla, but Tesla is, if you know how to trade it, is very good. So it rejected our 237. Anytime you have rejection, and you see this is a rejection, and the following day, it creates a higher low from your rejection, just get a call, and your target is retest. So we're supposed to retest 266. You see if you're getting a call from here, it hit 261, pullback, which is still a higher low. These levels you see, 238, 253, they are telling you the trend. You're going upstairs or going downstairs. So right now, we are creating higher lows and higher high. So this was a higher low, and this is a higher high. But to us, it's a lower high because it did not retest 266. So the minute it breaks it, then it's going to try to retest. Is it 272, right? 279, the previous high, 279. But for me, it was not, it was Lotus. Because if you had gotten in here, the calls, this pullback made the calls a bit cheaper. I don't know how many people trade Tesla. Before the split, Tesla was my side. Now for women, what do we say? Side chick or what? I was trading Tesla.
Side chick.
Side chick.
Your side chick.
every day until then. Now, when a split happens, the reason I sometimes divorce is because I have to start all over to get used to the levels, to memorize the levels. So it's difficult. If you've been doing it for a whole year or 2 years, Tesla did a split, 2 following each other in, I don't know, a span of 3 years. So it becomes hard when you're starting all over again with those levels. Yeah, this would have been the 265 call. 265 call. Okay, yeah. You guys look at the 265 call. It can go to 500 if we have this move today. If we're bullish today, that contract can go to 500, 290 times 2, 500, okay? So if you don't trade Tesla, just look at it. It's a lot of Friday. And look at low because it was on my list because of a reason. So low has not broken that for, I think, this week. It's just been consolidating. After that move up, when a stock is consolidating, it kills, now the theta kills the contracts. So even if we had a big move up, but for the whole 5 days or the whole week, there's not been any movement because of theta, the contracts become cheap. You see? So we've been consolidating, not breaking above. After this move up, you look for stocks that had either a move up, then nothing is happening, or a move down, then nothing is happening. So it's either accumulating or distributing. So we had this move up to 224, and then it's not been doing anything much after that. So 224 on this day was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this is day 1, is it? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So today is day 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Today is day 1. Yeah. So either it will go to 233. Is it the previous high? And costs, cost has been so disappointing. So probably it's brewing something. No action at all. No action. Should have broken that 230 long time ago. So I'm looking at this retail because they've had no action for a few days. So cost, HD, lows, TGT. Yeah, no action this whole week. After the big gap up for TGT to 135, nothing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So today they should be day 5 for them. Day 5 is when we expect some action. So for TGT, it needs to stay above 135. For low, it has to stay above 224. And cost, it has to stay above 235. Now, if they're staying above those, it means they have to break out. If they go below, then it means they're going to break down. ADB. Any boring stock you see, that's where your eyes should be. If no action at all after a huge gap up, and then no action for a couple of days. So this is why ADB is here. So after we had the gap up, since 20th, we've had no action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For a whole week, no action. Okay, so it either needs to go back or go up. One thing has to happen. Okay. So the levels for ADB, I don't know if I gave. Okay. The stochastic is down here. If we are bullish for the tech stocks. Okay, so this can give us 10 points. It's at 480. If it's retest 490, that's 10 points. If it goes below, I think it's 463. What did I say? So 464 or 501. It has to go either break out to 501. Now, if we have it going above 490, get next week calls too for your runner. If it doesn't, then it's gonna go down to 464. It's one or the other, 464 or 501. And the reason it's on the lower is because those are like going down is about 20 points, going up is about 20 plus points. So anything giving you 10 plus points should be a lot of today. Okay. Now, Netflix and Meta, They were supposed to be Lotto today. FedEx, they were supposed to be a Lotto this week. This stupid stock. Oh my God. FedEx, Netflix, I know it dropped, and Meta, they were supposed to be Lottos this week. So Meta has not touched the 290 high. It hasn't touched it since 1, 2, 3, 4. Today is day 5. So Meta, either it breaks 290 or we're getting puts. If it doesn't break 290, get puts. Puts to 280. Now, if it breaks below 280, the previous support was 260, 268. Okay. So it's 290 or 268. Below 280, the next support 268. Above 290, 306. I have 306 in my head. That's what I did from a long time ago. It's supposed to go back to 306. That's Meta. So no action since it hit 290. Day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. FedEx. How long does it take to break above 250? A whole day. It didn't move 1 point. So we finally broke 250. So to 54, it didn't pull back. It decided no pulling back. 254, if we get a pullback below 247, 241. Okay. Netflix, before I go in. All these things are up. Netflix is up 6 points. Okay. So I don't want to crowd you guys. So if you got NVIDIA calls, we're watching for 418. ADB is my key because nothing much has happened to it. ADB.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
On the news, UPS workers may go on strike today. Watch UPS.
Oh, wow. Why? They want more pay? Okay, let's look at UPS. And sometimes UPS doesn't, as much as they're in the same sector, FedEx and UPS, you might see FedEx in another direction and UPS in another direction. It's not necessarily that they have to be going on the same trend. So, and it's been consolidating for more than 5 days. Since the big drop, nothing. It's 180, it's been how many days?
Yeah, if they strike, UPS is dropping.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Yeah, today is day 3. Day 3 is for pullback. Let's see. And it already looks like it wants to pull back. So below 173.
There's your catalyst for the pullback strike.
So anything you have news on, and especially you see, if when you look at the chart, you see it's a stock that has been consolidating, then just that's your lotto there. But sometimes the market can be saying, yes, let's strike. And they pushes the stock up. Retailers are amazing. We are amazing. So it needs to break above 180. If it doesn't, below 173, it's going to 168. Above it, 183. It's been consolidating for days since the huge gap up. And this is a pullback. This was a pullback. This can go up. So if the stochastic is up down here. This was a pullback. 68. So 180, 168, one of those. But focus on NVIDIA, ADB, Crowd ZS, and the retail, low HD cost. Those top three. Tesla, if we get a big move, those contracts can give you good money. The 265 core, if it's bullish. Anyone with a question? Snowgen. Is Snowman here?
Snowman, speak up.
Yes, the
Snow.
snowman is here.
Yeah, so we're still going for 185. If it rejects 185, then puts. If it breaks it, then we have to retest 191. Okay. If it rejects, then we're going to 170.
All right.
All right. That's it. I'm sorry today I didn't have anyone particular one because we got here really late and I just slept. I didn't even look at charts. But ADB, that 478 is a triple, should be a triple bottom. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It's a triple bottom. So that's why it's on my list, and because it hasn't done much since it hit 490. Okay. Now, if I see any other Loro, I'll mention it. So just check on my channel. If I see something breaking out, I'll just mention it. And the levels are right there. And that's it for me. I'm doing this from the bathroom because everyone is sleeping. Chris, you have anything else to add? I don't know if you already left. Okay, so I'm gonna end this so that we can go and make some money. It's Friday.
Thank you.
All the best, Sheba and everybody else. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't take off running.
Thanks, Virginia.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.